teach you a very inspirational poem. Inspirational poem, Preranatmaka Kavita. And the title is A Psalm of Life. A Psalm of Life. It deals with the philosophy of life, or what you say, art of living. Let us know the title of the poem. Here Psalm, P-S-A-L-M. Psalm means a sacred song. And a psalm of life means a sacred song that sings of life. The poem is written by an American poet named H.W. Longfellow. It is all about the theme of life based on Christian philosophy. The poem teaches us to understand the value and meaning of life. It teaches us how to lead a successful life, how to lead a meaningful life, how to lead a significant life, and to set examples for others to follow. As this is a didactic poem, this is an educative poem. It is packed with valuable advice and mostly about life. Mostly about life. First thing is to understand the reality and seriousness of life. Life is real and it has seriousness. Our life is to be taken seriously. Life is not a dream or illusion. Illusion in Odia, Bhranto, Brahmo, Maya. It is not meaningless at all. It is real and serious. We must take actions of life very seriously. Our life has practical values. It has also a serious purpose. God has assigned us duty to perform very honestly and very seriously. And our life is not meant for only pleasure. It should be packed with action. It should be packed with action. And joys and sorrows are insignificant or are not important in life. We should complete the task that is assigned by the God. And in our life actually, death is not our goal. Death is not our ultimate destination. Only the goal of our life is action. To perform action or to find fulfillment in action is the only goal or destination of our life. The second thing the poem teaches, the transitoriness of time or the temporary time. How to understand the value of time, the importance of time. Here the poet teaches us that time is very temporary. That means our life is temporary. The time passes very quickly. And our life also passes very quickly. Our meaningful action, what do we do in our life, or what we are doing in our life, that has great value and it is everlasting, or it has everlasting impression. We may be strong, but our hearts are going weaker day by day, because every day we are going nearer to the death. Death is not far off. It is not distant. We should make the best use of the moments of life. That is the valuable advice regarding the transitoriness of life. And the third thing the poem teaches us, to value the present time. To value the present time, because present time is the most important time and it is in our hands. We should not, here the poem teaches us actually not to trust future, however pleasant it may be. Normally future is very pleasant. It shows us very colorful dreams, but all colorful dreams may not be materialized. And we should not trust future because future is uncertain. It is beyond our reach. We have no control over future. We should not also brood over the past. Means we should not unnecessarily think about the past, because past is dead and gone. It is like a dead body and it is buried in the past. We should let it remain in the past. We have also no control over the past. And present is the only time when we can work and achieve our goal. We should make the best use of the moments of the present time, because our feet are planted in the present time and it is at our easy disposal. So without wasting our time, we should act in the living present with confidence in self and faith in God. Hence, present time matters the most. This is all about time relevance the poem teaches us. The fourth thing, in the poem actually we can have the idea of life as a battlefield. It's a vast battlefield. Here, life is taken as a vast battlefield. Or life is, this world is also compared to a vast battlefield in which all of we are soldiers. We come to this world for a brief period, and during our brief stay here, we should behave like heroes, not like cowards. Not like cowards. We should not be timid followers who are led by the nose like the dumb and driven cattle. ଆମେ ଏ ଜୀବନରେ ବୀରତ୍ୱର ସହିତ ଆମର ଜୀବନ ଯେତେ ଲଢ଼ିବା ଉଚିତ, ଆମେ ମୁକ ଗୋରୁଗାଈ ସଦୃଶ ବିହେଭ କରିବା ଅନୁଚିତ. So similarly, our life is also an open air camp where each of us is a soldier. Here we have to take our own decision and fight for the right, fight for our own rights. This is the knowledge about life as a battlefield and this world as a battlefield. And finally, the last thing the poem teaches us, the influence of the lives of great men in our life. How the life stories of the great men largely influence us. Who is a great man? A great man is he who has successfully, usefully, meaningfully, and significantly lived his life, and who has set example for the future generations to follow. But we can also make our lives great. We can also make our lives noble if we follow their examples honestly and sincerely. And once we become great, in the same process, when we depart from this world, we will leave our footprints, our examples of deeds for others to follow. For others to follow. This poem, A Psalm of Life, has also a subtitle which will help us understand the poem to some extent. And the subtitle of the poem is What the Heart of the Young Man Said to the Psalmist. Psalmist, one who writes Psalm, P-S-A-L-M, is called psalmist. So the subtitle is What the Heart of the Young Man Said to the Psalmist. It is widely known. This subtitle is known all over the world. And the subtitle suggests us that the poet is perhaps talking to someone. Poet is perhaps talking to someone, and it may be a psalmist who is pessimistic in his nature. And he has given pessimistic or nirasabadi, pessimistic views on life. And the poet does not want to accept it because he does not want to listen such type of negative views on life. That is why in the first stanza of the poem, the poet is refuting, the poet is rejecting the negative views on life. The argument that life is nothing but an empty dream. This argument actually the poet refutes here, the poet rejects here. Because according to this pessimistic view, life is meaningless. It is hollow like a dream. It has no meaning of its own. It may not be taken seriously. One should not bother about the things of life. Even struggle does not have any meaning in life. These are the negative views given by a pessimistic man on life. And here the poet does not want to accept it, does not want to accept it. That is why he rejects this idea. Here life has both positive and negative attitudes. What are the positive attitudes in life? The life is real and life is very serious. Second thing, acting in the present means we should act in the present. Third thing, to do noble deeds in the present time. Positive attitude. And another is to inspire others by living a meaningful life. On the other hand, what are the negative attitudes? Life is a dream. Life has no meaning. Second, brooding over the past unnecessarily and thereby will kill the present time. Third thing, to remain idle, inactive in life. This is a negative attitude. And last one is to dream about future. Actually, if you dream about future, nothing will come positive. Rather, we will kill our present time, our most valuable present time. And finally, in short, the message of the poem is we should act in the living present with positive bent of mind. Because life is very real and very serious. It is every reality. ideas that the time is very precious, very valuable, and therefore we should act in the living present to achieve our goal in life. We should follow the footprints of great men in our lives, and I think that is the only way to translate our dreams into reality. This is all about the poem as an introduction. ତାପରେ ଆମେ ପଏମଟିକୁ ଷ୍ଟାଞ୍ଜା ୱାଇଜ୍ ଡିଟେଲ ପଢ଼ିବୁ। ତା ଆଗରୁ ମୁଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କହୁଛି, ପଏମର ଷ୍ଟାଞ୍ଜା ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପଢ଼ାଯିବ, ବହିଟା ଖୋଲିକି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଷ୍ଟାଞ୍ଜାର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲାଇନକୁ ଡିଟେଲ ବୁଝିବ, ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲାଇନକୁ ଡିଟେଲ ଦେଖିବ, ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲାଇନର